Okay, ito kasi hindi natin naka-mute pala nung last na ano, i-feature natin ulit ngayon.
Huwag ibalik ang Marcos sa bayan. Yellow Friday noon, marcha sa lansangan. Pinatay si Ninoy sa may eroplano. Sabi nyo si Marcos ang may plano. Corrupt diktador, magnanakaw pa. Rally sa EDSA tama na. Sobra na palitan na. Isinumpa nyo buong pamilya noong 2022. Todo kampanya kayo, no more martial law. Eleksyong nakaraan, halos makipagpatayan kayo. Kadirin sukan nyo, inyong kinakain. Ang iyak ninyo, diba? Never again. I'm not gonna have my president be named Marcos, blah, blah, blah. Ngayon, nanay mo, ayun nag-concert sa palasyo. Tra-la-la-la-la. Sabi noon ni Lenny, si Bongbong ay sinungaling raw. Umiba na ngayon, I want him to succeed na daw.
Okay, panoorin ninyo yung full niyan sa channel. Nakita ko yan sa isang channel. Anyway, in relation to that, ito kasi malaking sagabal si Tatay Digong. Isa sa mga reasons na masasabi kung bakit ginawa kay Tatay Digong yung mari niyang pagtutol sa EDCA bases. But anyway, una pa lang naman talaga may plano na talaga sa mga Duterte. Kaya kumbaga nakalagay na yan sa kanilang playbook. Panoorin natin to.
Talagang
Since ang hot issue ngayon is yung US-Iran war.
hindi ko pinapansin ang Amerika sa administration.
Sa mga nagsasabi na, bakit yan ng ito kasi damay tayo dito kung ito po ay mag-escalate. Hindi mo po pwedeng sabihin na hindi natin to issue.
I never allowed any concession to them. Wala naman silang hiningi sa akin direkta because I know na alam nila na hindi talaga ako papabayag. For example, EDCA. It simply means the presence of foreign troops in our country. Alam mo, ang Amerika, kalaban nila ang China. So kailangan nila, bago makarating ang Amerika sa China, dadaan muna dito sa Pilipinas. So importante sa kanila ang Pilipinas, buffer zone. Na bago makalusot itong mga Chinese, dadaan talaga sila muna dito sa mga military installations. Buffer zone ang Pilipinas. So,
So, ang nangyayari dito sa US-Iran-Israel war na ito, nagiging buffer zone yung Dubai, yung buong UAE, yung mga karatig bansa dyan na kung saan nandun yung military bases. Nakita ninyo, kasama sila sa casualties. Kasi, hindi ganong kalakas yung air defense ng Amerika. In fact, tingnan natin to may lumusot.
Two Patriots. There's the first Patriot. And here comes the second. And if you bear with me, you'll see the incoming Iranian rocket come in right. Let me see. Right there, the white one. And the first Patriot is gonna go
The
straight
Patriot.
past it.
Na-miss nila to. Ito yung Iran.
The second one
missile.
is also going to miss it.
Na-miss.
So
Pati
the
ito na-miss
Patriot
niya.
air defense system launches a third one
May pangatlo dito sa baba.
right now. That
Ito,
also
air
misses
defense.
by a landslide.
Miss.
Shoop!
So tumuloy
And the
yung Iran
Iranian
missile doon.
proceeds to
Boom!
impact the military base.
So nakita ninyo? Masasabi nyo ba, uy, hindi kasi meron tayong, air defense ng Amerika at ng Israel, kaya safe tayo dito. Hindi nyo masasabing safe. Kasi in reality, Ito po, ayan na, nakita ko ito sa post ni AB, ano. Kulang, hindi nila kayang manalo. Bakit? Sa yung air defense ng US at ng Israel, 67% yung accuracy niya. So sa day 1 pa lang, no, nag-fire ng 1,000 plus na missiles ang Iran sa Israel. Ngayon, kailangan nilang doblehin, no, yung kasi dito kailangan ng 3 interceptors o 3 Patriots para i-counter or harangin yung isang missile. So kailangan ng 3 interceptors sa bawat isang missiles ng Iran. So, day 1, 1,000 plus na missiles ang pinakawala ng Iran. Kailangan ng doblehin ng US at Amerika to, 3,000 to 4,000 na missiles. Hindi nila kaya yun. Kasi mauubos yung kanilang pera. Itong Iran, ginagamit nila yung kanilang old capabilities pa lang yan, partida. Hindi lahat na-exhaust. So, sa mga kagaya ni Marcos Jr., na pumayag sa EDCA basis, wrong move talaga.
Amerika, kailangan talaga nila pigilan ang China from advancing to the Pacific. The only way that they can enter into the Pacific, makita mo sa mapa dito sa Taiwan Strait, between Taiwan and the Philippines, nandyan sa dulo on the tip of the country, there's a narrow channel there. Ngayon, kung magkagera, fight muna tayo dito bago ka makalusot. Before you can ever even entertaining the idea of conquering the Marianas and Guam, patayan muna tayo dito sa Pilipinas. So, ang problema ngayon is they have asked many military bases. Pag military base, armas talaga yan. Missiles yan. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 siguro ang Cagayan. So, anong gawin ng China nito? Kung mag-away sila ng Amerika, sino ang kalaban nila? Amerika? Saan ang Amerika? Nandito sa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kaya bombabahin talaga nila yan. Luzon, Visayas, hanggang Cagayan de Oro. Sus Mariusep, marami pa namang magaganda sa Cagayan de Oro.
Naku, patay tayo dyan. Nag-joke pa. So anyway, tignan ninyo even yung mga taga-Amerika mismo, mariin nilang tinututol yung pangyayari na ito.
This is a disaster, of course. The assassination of a leader of another country is not a light matter. This is a war that is likely to become a generalized war of the Middle East, and it could spread to a global war. The United States and Israel have lit the fuse to a complete disaster, and they've done it in an absolutely brutal way. This is absolutely primitive, but the United States and Israel are the 2 most violent countries on the planet. What will happen, I would think most likely, is that the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, will effectively be in control during this war. And I would expect the war to continue. The CIA and Mossad think that by killing the leader and a few other leaders, they will be able to bring about a docile regime. This is their idea of foreign policy, which is assassinations to try to take control of another government. I am very skeptical of this. It almost always fails. The United States is drunk with arrogance right now. It has invaded Venezuela. It thinks it's about to invade Cuba. It has now attacked Iran. It thinks that it runs the world. It's very dangerous, very delusional, and leading to more and more violence around the world.
So hindi po ito joke. In fact, you know what's reality with Mossad? Tingnan natin
I'm so done with this dude, man.
The truth is that
If you want to have... Bet you didn't see this. I'm so done with this dude, man.
The truth is that Israel is not a burden to America.
Stop lying, you absolute demon. You evil piece of filth. Stop lying.
Israel is a strategic asset to America.
An asset? In what way? In what way? I still have yet to hear anybody actually tell me how Israel is an asset to the United States of America. There's a lot of things they like to pretend. There's a lot of things they like to say, like, oh, well, they give us intelligence. Yeah, but then they steal our own intelligence.
The FBI has identified 187 Mossad agents in the United States, not declared to the U.S. government, spread all around the country to steal our defense secrets. And I raised my hand. I said, why? We give them
Oh, ninanakaw pala ng Israel yung intelligence ng Amerika.
99% of our defense secrets. And he said, exactly. They're here to steal the last 1%.
And then they like to say, well, but they're a stronghold in the Middle East. Yeah, and they have a secret nuclear program.
Israel has always had an insane amount of spies in the U.S. and has been subverting the U.S. ever since they were founded. And that's everything from, like, they literally stole nuclear weapons from us and built a secret nuclear facility that John F. Kennedy was trying to audit and shut down, by the way. They did that with, like, some of the most famous, like, technological leaks of all time, all the way up
Tapos yung sinasabi nilang may nuclear, yung Iran.
to, like, Jonathan
Kung talagang nga sila, sige nga, girahin nila nga yung North Korea na lantarang pinaglandakang meron siyang
Pollard, the Promise software scandal, right up to
Kasi wala silang mapapala doon. Walang oil doon.
9/11.
And they continue to get us into wars in the Middle East that we have no business being a part of. Not to mention an entire people that now hate us with an absolute passion solely because you're like a leech.
As the American
Kaya marami ang nag-hate sa mga Americans. No, ito lang we're condemning not the American people but the American government. Kasi marami, almost 80% sa mga Americans, ayaw nila itong war. Kinokondem nga nila Kasi kung tutusin, may sarili silang problema sa sarili nilang bansa. Drugs, terrorism, murder at kung ano-ano pa. Pero nangingialam sila sa ibang bansa na akala mo sila yung kapulisan ng kalawakan.
National Security Council itself says, I treasure and value, as do all Israelis, the great support we've been receiving from America all these years. And you, AIPAC, should also be credited for helping out in this alliance.
Oh, where's the meme? Where's the meme? Yep, there it is. But I thought AIPAC wasn't the problem, right? All these MAGA influencers and these Zionist puppets that want to say AIPAC is 36 on the list or whatever, right? Interesting that the guy literally talking about all the aid that we've given him decides to choose that specific organization. I wonder why. Maybe it's because AIPAC has more influence on both sides of our political system than any other lobby that exists. Just maybe.
But I want to move from aid to partnership because that's where we are. We are partners. And no one can appreciate America more than Israel. And I believe that many, many Americans understand that America has no better ally than Israel.
Unbelievable. Now they want to be a partner. They don't just want aid. They don't just want us to provide them free healthcare and free education and aid in the hundreds of billions of dollars for their military conquests and their own religious extremism that even we are not allowed to have, or nationalism that even we are not allowed to have and is completely condemned. They want us to not only give them that, now they want a piece of everything we have. Because that's what partnership means, guys. It means what is ours is theirs. They want to be a partner now. There's more.
Radical voices on the left spread lies about genocide.
And here it is. Here it is. Now they're going to try and weaponize our own division that they have caused against us. Watch closely, okay? Now it's not just the left. Now it's the left and the right of our political system in our country that they have nothing to do with. I'll tell you what about the radical left, though. One thing they're not lying about, and one thing they didn't get wrong, is the genocide. We don't listen to people that do this to kids.
The BBC World Service has compiled material on over 160 cases where children have been shot in Gaza and found that in 95 cases, the child was shot in the head or the chest. In most of these cases, the victim was under 12 years old.
You can keep on pretending that what you did wasn't a genocide, but the pictures and the videos don't lie. Okay? Your own Hasbara campaign was formed based on the fact that you can't get past the videos and pictures. And guess what? They're out. Okay? The jig is up. You absolutely committed or are committing a genocide. That's all there is to it. Period. Anybody that doesn't agree with this is a moron or is compromised or is an employee.
Radical voices on the right demand that Jews take DNA tests. Both are wrong, both are dangerous, and both must be confronted.
DNA tests, yeah. I wonder why. I wonder why they would want DNA tests.
Ladies and gentlemen, my DNA. Now, I bet you thought it was going to be a lot crazier than that, right? Now, you might ask yourself, why is it illegal to obtain this in the state of Israel? Because it proves through your DNA that Jews around the world have no ancestral ties to the land of Israel. But according to Israeli law, the fact that I have Jewish blood gives me more right to somebody's home and land in the land of Palestine than somebody that has been there for hundreds of years. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about that, though. That's anti-Semitic, right? Right? Yeah. And me being upset about the fact that you continue to leech off of us like the parasite you are, that makes me anti-Semitic, right? That makes me not a patriot for my own country, right? Being America first is not a patriotic stance, right? You find one way to twist that somehow, right? Almost like this is what you wanted all along. And the morons in our country and the compromised and manipulated individuals and the ones that stand for nothing and have absolutely zero integrity and no morals just keep going along with it because the paycheck is fat, huh?
The reality, even Israel, sila ay spy sa Amerika. Ni-spy nila yung defense ng Amerika. Ni-steal nila yung nukes ng Amerika. Kaya nga may usapan na parang hindi kaya tinakot ng Israel yung Amerika, kaya ginawa ni Trump ito. Na parang ang sabi daw ni Netanyahu ay bombahin ninyo yung Iran, kung hindi, ano namin tong nuclear namin. So that's a clear admission na meron ng ano. Diba? Kasi kung titignan nyo, ito pinakita ko na sa inyo, na yung air defense ng Israel and America, mahina. Mahina, hindi lumulusot. And may joke pa nga about this.
They never find terrorism in country without oil. Saudi, Iraq, Didi's house, just so many underage baby oil, right? Not all the country America invaded has oil, but all the country with oil just somehow develop terrorism, right? Yeah, I think if today we find a new oil reserve in Sweden, tomorrow Trump will quote the Greta Thunberg, the new leader of the eco-terrorism. Americans, they never find the
I mean, joke ito pero yun ang reality na ginagawa ng Amerika. Kapag ikaw ay may oil, propagandahin nila na ikaw ay terorista, ikaw ay drug lord, narco, kaya kanila i-invade o kaya kikidnapin. In fact, tingnan nyo to
If we're talking about a country that is...
Ito, sinagot dito, ito si General Clark ito sinagot ng isang mamamayan about the truth.
Destabilizing the region and the world with endless wars. That country is Israel. I mean, look, this whole thing is topsy-turvy. The whole framing of the discussion is ludicrous. Israel has attacked 7 of its neighbors, not Iran. Israel forced us into the Iraq war, and they said it would be easy, and it was a disaster. They said they were doing it for the Iranian people, and then we wound up killing hundreds of thousands of Iraqis. We lost thousands of our own men. The fake weapons of mass destruction reconstruction evidence came from where? It came from Israel. They pushed us into the war with Libya. Now there's modern day slavery back in Libya. Every war they have pushed us into has cost us trillions. Hold on, General Clark. Hold on. They have cost us trillions of dollars. Yeah, you know that. And they have cost us blood and treasure. And it's Israel doing it, General Clark. Be a patriot. Be a patriot. Stand up for America, not for Israel. I'm not going to go to another war for Israel. We're not going to spend trillions more for Israel. We're not going to lose American soldiers for Israel. The Israelis have bought 94% of Congress. The Israelis have bought Donald Trump. And this is a fact. And you guys keep obfuscating these facts.
Can we have some respect for the general, please? I think it doesn't deserve to be screamed at.
No, he's interrupting
Clark,
me. You should have respect for the American people, 85% of whom do not want to go. General Clark, why are you pushing us into this war when 85% of Americans don't want it? And you yourself know that the neocons have wanted this war for 20 years. Our interests? What interests? If we're talking about
even ito sa Scott Ritter, no? Maalala ninyo itong si Scott Ritter kung saan nagsabi siya na ginagamit lang talaga ng Amerika ang Pilipinas. So ito na naman ngayon sa conflict issue.
We have hit two children's schools. We have bombed two children's schools. 63 dead children, girls, little girls dead. Their mothers waiting for their daughters to come home. They sent their daughters to school on the belief that there wouldn't be a war because there was diplomacy going on, that there wouldn't be a war because Marco Rubio said he was traveling to the region on Monday. So they sent their girls to a school. The girls were in school and we bombed it. And we bombed another one. There's 100 girls buried under that rubble being dug out now. Girls that will not survive. This is the horror of war. But what I'm trying to say is, at least when I was involved in the bombing of the Amaria shelter, we did our damnedest to make sure that it was a military target. We were wrong, and it haunts you forever. What in God's name could lead us to bomb two girls' schools? I'm involved in this. I did this for a living. I know you don't make those mistakes.
Di ba ganun din ang ginawa nila sa Gaza? Binomba yung hospital, binomba yung school, sasabihin nila, wala namang civilian doon. Ang mga nandun yung mga Hamas. Yan yung talagang totoong war crimes na tinatawag.
Get over
reality.
Yourself. Who the fuck you think you are? In UK's media constantly talking about China threatening UK. Fuck off. You are nothing. Okay, China is way ahead of you. You are not even considered a competitor to China. And all your English-speaking countries, you are completely controlled by Zionists. Your media is controlled by Zionists. Your economy, finance is all controlled by Zionists. Like United States. The real competition is not between China and the United States. The real competition is China and Zionists. In this world, only a few countries like North Korea, Cuba, China, Iran, these kind of socialism countries that cannot be manipulated by Zionists. The Zionist power is all over the English-speaking countries. All your English-speaking media is fully propaganda. And UK, please, don't put gold on your face. You are nothing. The United States has been on your neck for the last decades. You are a fallen empire for 100 years ago, 200 years ago. Get over yourself.
Kasi yung British, sila yung naglagay ng mga strangers, outside people sa Israel para palayasin yung mga Palestinian. Tapos, angkinin na sila. Kaya yung mga nakatira sa Israel, yung mga Israelis, originally, hindi talaga sila original na nandyan sa lupa na yan. Kaya nagkaroon ng tension between the Palestinian and Israel. Pagagawan ng British. So anyway, that's all for now. We just have to pray na sana hindi mag-escalate itong US-Israel-Iran war na ito kasi nakita nyo ang epekto kagad pumunta kayo, lumabas kayo magpagasolina kayo, di ba? Biglang tumaas. Yan yung epekto kasi nga sinara ng Iran yung Strait of Hormuz. kung saan dumadaan yung mga barko, yung tanker, containers, malaking paralyze yan sa buong mundo. Kaya tataas talaga yung gasolina. Kaya magiging apektado lahat. Hindi lang sa usaping oil kundi buhay.